All righty, thank you. Let's go, Mike Trudell, Spectrum.
Hey, Anthony, Mike Trudell, back in LA. Wondering what, if anything, you've learned about yourself through this just crazy year. It's almost been a calendar year since you guys took off for China. Throughout everything on the court, off the court, what's going through your mind as you now approach Game 1 of the finals?
Um, Special. I mean, it's been a crazy year. For us to continue to, be a step closer to our dreams, to reach our goals, is special. Um, I think our team has been through the most this year, um, and we just kept on pushing, kept on fighting with everything that's been going on. I kind of think the hiatus was actually good for us to kind of just let us kind of regroup because we had such a crazy year. The Lakers had such a crazy year, and now we want to make sure that we finish this thing off right. Our team is a team that handled adversity this year. They've been resilient, and now, I mean, we feel like it's our job to finish the season off the way we wanted to start it, same way we wanted to start it, and we're 4 wins away from that. And it seemed like it all just come full circle.
Hey, Anthony, it's Tanya. When did the mood for you guys change from celebration to it's time to lock in and think about this next challenge? And how did you notice that happening, that change in mentality?
The next day, that night, we celebrated the Western Conference Finals championship, and then the next day we had an off day. Guys watched the game together, and the next day after that we were locked in. So we celebrated for that night, and then it was back to preparation for either team. At that moment, and then when Miami won, it was time to lock into Miami. Miami's a special team. They're a team who, a lot of people thought they shouldn't be here, but they're a team who fights. They're a team, who's tough, who make big time plays, got big time players on their team. Guys who are in their first year, second years, who playing huge for them right now with a lot of confidence. So it's not going to be easy for us, but it's the team who very much deserves to be here. And they shown why all season, all playoffs.
Hey, Anthony, it's Bill Oram. I'm wondering, what do you remember about the Heat with LeBron when you were first coming into the league and those teams? And the fact that LeBron's first time in the finals with the Lakers, it's that team on the other side and kind of that familiar cast of characters that he knows so well.
Yeah, I remember the Dallas, the first one in Miami. That's when I really kind of started locking into the finals. I've always watched it, but really started getting real goals and real dreams of being here one day from that 2011 team. And then just kind of been watching ever since. And he's a guy who obviously when he plays against his former teams, he wants to win very badly, just like anyone else would. To be back in the finals against Miami, I think means a lot more to him, winning this one than anyone else. And I think this championship is probably second behind Cleveland if we're able to get this one for him. So I think this one is going to be a tough one. You said this is going to be the toughest championship in NBA history from a mental standpoint, just because of the circumstances. But it's been fun to watch him go through these, finals every year. Win or lose, he always comes back next year, and then to finally get back after last year and go against his former team. I'm pretty sure he's going to have a hell of a series.
Allison?
Anthony, I know you want to approach this series in terms of the schemes and the team structure that your coaching staff wants to accomplish, but how much are you putting yourself or putting this series on your shoulders for the matchup with Bam Adebayo, and you know how you could influence the series based on that?
Yeah, Bam's a great player. Can pass. Reminds us a lot like Jokic. With the ability to, he handles the ball a lot. He pushes on the break for him. He made great passes, score. He's like their energy guy as well. So it's gonna be fun. Two Kentucky guys. Coach Cowden probably texted and called me enough about that, but it's gonna be a fun matchup. I know a lot of people are looking forward to that matchup. It's gonna put, I think, whoever wins that matchup, their team probably have a better chance of winning the series. But he's developed so much, since coming out of college, and even last year, he's able to do so much for that team, and that team leans on him a lot. He had, I think that was game 4, where he took that pressure and took the blame for not playing well, and the team ended up losing to come out game 5 and almost have a triple double. So he for a guy to be in the second year, wants that pressure, wants the big time moments, wants to make the big time plays for his team. It's gonna be a fun matchup.
You said back to Will? Sorry.
Yes.
All right. Let's go. Kyle Tucker, please.
Yeah, Anthony, I wondered if there was one specific thing you can point to from your time at Kentucky that you think, there's a bunch of young Kentucky guys, you mentioned Bam, and there are others, including yourself, that have thrived right away in the NBA. If there's something specific about that time at Kentucky that you felt like really got you ready for it.
Coach Kyle, he really runs his practices and that program like NBA program. Obviously, he coached in the league, so he knows what it takes to get there, and I think that's an advantage for all players who go to Kentucky. He's able to get you ready in 1-2 years, and most of the time how you be successful. So I think going there and having a coach who coached in the league and having a great assistant coaching staff around him it's like no other. When I was out here, Ross Strickland there as well. So a guy who played in the league who's been very successful. He bring in the right guys. He's a great coach, and like I said, he runs his program like an NBA program, and it makes it a lot easier for that transition.
All right, we're going to go 2 more from me. Melissa?
Hey, D. LeBron has talked about how deeply challenging the bubble has been for him. I'm curious for you specifically, what's been your greatest challenge here? And what's the biggest thing that you've learned about yourself in this situation?
The biggest challenge for me was not seeing my family, but they're here, so kind of good. But just from a basketball standpoint, just learning, the game, learning if you really love the game, learning if you really got what it takes, to compete at a high level and win. There's no distraction. All it is basketball. And for some guys, it was tough for them to be here for a long time. You kind of figure out the ones who really love the game and just want to win and just want to play basketball. And a lot of guys on our team, love it here because we have no distractions. All we got to do is play basketball. Like you have no distractions. You don't have to worry about nothing else that's going on in the world, and just play. Then when you're outside of the bubble and you got a million different things coming at you, as far as appearances or you have to do this, you have to do that. Where here is let's play basketball. Let's see you know, who wants it more. And it's like I said, it's a mental thing, you know. And our guys are mentally tough to withstand this, you know. And this is why we're here, you know, about to play Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
All right, last one for me, Alan Sliwa.
Hey, D. Rondo was talking a little bit about how it's been 10 years since he's been in the NBA Finals. Obviously, Dwight Howard, it's been 11 years. Do you have conversations with these guys that it's been? Do they help, I guess, maybe remind someone like yourself that, you know, obviously it's such a tough journey to get here. Those conversations, do you have those with some of the veterans?
Not individually, but we usually talk about it as a team, you know, when we're out eating dinner or something. Those guys always talk about how tough it is to get to the finals. I remember I asked Dwight, you know, when the last time he went, like you said 11 years ago, Doe told me 10, but they said it's tough to do. And, you know, when you have a group who can get there, you got to take advantage of those moments because, you know, no telling when you able to get back. And it's been years for both of those guys. LeBron has definitely been fortunate enough to continuously go to the finals, but